by Davis Law Firm.
Welcome back. Well, it's a moment many Cowboys fans right here would actually like to forget. This week was the anniversary of the Dez Bryant no catch. Can't even see this. Horrible memories here. And it comes days before Dallas takes on Green Bay yet again in the playoffs. Back in 2015, those playoffs, Dez made an incredible catch in the fourth quarter of that game that was overruled, and the Cowboys ultimately lost that one. That Green Bay team was actually coached by current Cowboys coach Mike McCarthy. Well, nearly a decade later, the Cowboys are hosting the Green Bay Packers again in the playoffs this Sunday afternoon, and Dak Prescott thinks that things will be different this time around.
Yeah, I don't know if I've had this much confidence or a greater feel than I have with this offense, with this team, with our approach and how we're going to go and take care of things. We started off with a great week, and we want to make sure that we finish it that way, and that's where the confidence and everything comes that you need going into this game is from the preparation throughout the week.
The Cowboys host Green Bay this Sunday in the wild card round. It's the 9th time that these two teams have played one another in the postseason. Now to the Texans, where C.J. Stroud is the only rookie quarterback to make the NFL playoffs this season. Stroud led Houston to its first playoff appearance since 2019. The 22-year-old rookie will now get a taste of the postseason for the first time against a Cleveland squad that beat Houston earlier this season. But get this, Stroud did not play in that game. But the Browns know far too well that CJ will be prepared.
Yeah, no. I don't think it's like a edge thing where you come in, he's a rookie quarterback, and he may struggle with this, he may struggle with that. I think he's mature enough to be able to, and he's seen enough football to be able to execute in the way that he should. I don't think him being a rookie quarterback is going to affect his play at all.
CJ is not just the best rookie quarterback, but he's one of the best quarterbacks in the whole entire NFL. So he presents a lot of challenges for us, but I think we're up for the challenge.
Yes, Ursula, those were Uno cards there. We'll talk about that in a bit. The Texans and Browns kick off the NFL playoffs at Energy Stadium tomorrow at 3:30. Well, it took just 21 minutes the other night for Spurs rookie Victor Wembanyama to get the second fastest triple-double in NBA history. Wembanyama's playmaking skills, you see right there, nice baseball pass, were on full display, and his game was complemented by a balanced scoring effort from the Spurs starters and the bench as they took down the Detroit Pistons 130-108. Wemby continues showing what he can do in limited minutes. The Spurs take on the Hornets tonight and doubles tomorrow, and Wemby is ready to have that minutes restriction lifted.
It's something we watch on a daily basis, so the minutes restriction could be turned off like this, from one day to another. It just depends on how the state of my body, but I hope when I get to treatment tomorrow or the day after, we can talk about limiting it or taking it off.
All right, it's Spurs Hornets tonight at 7 p.m. And going back to those glasses, I think you could rock. There were Uno cards, so I think he meant to say wild card for the playoff game. That's what I think. Either way, bold fashion
not many
decision.
people can pull that off.
I think you could do it.
He did well.
I could rock this.
You'll hear it a lot in the coming days. People, pets, pipes, and plants. These are the things to protect during the freezing weather. Still ahead, how to make sure your plants survive the drop in temps.
And new today at 5, millions of furniture safety kits sold to keep TVs and dressers from tipping over are now being recalled. The brand affected by the recall, where they were sold, and what you should do if you have one. That's coming up today at 5 after Entertainment Tonight.
Take a look at this. The nasty weather hitting El Paso. This is the result of strong winds. They tore the roof off of this apartment complex building.
And part of that debris came crashing down on cars you see right there in that parking lot. Now, fortunately, there were no reports of any injuries.
The same storm system that's set to plummet temperatures here in San Antonio is going to bring snow to other communities.
Yeah, you don't like to see this. This is the snowy scene there in Illinois. So this is near Chicago. People in that area getting a lot of cold there, as much as a foot of snow.
The winter storm warning in effect there until noon tomorrow. But again, it's headed here.
Absolutely. A lot of people are bracing for that hard freeze coming our way for several days early next week. Our Sarah Costa has been getting questions on how to best protect our plants.
And in our latest gardening with KSAT, she talks us through how to properly prepare your garden before the freeze hits this weekend.
Our KSAT meteorologists forecast that Arctic air will arrive early Sunday with those freezing temps sticking around through midweek. So here's how you can best protect your plants. Since our plants think it's spring, many are blooming right now, but don't prune them back. The freeze will naturally kill the blooms and leaves, which will protect the plant's roots. Cover everything outside that you can, even your winter veggies, since this will be a hard freeze. I found that covering with cardboard during the 2021 freeze saved the majority of my established perennials, especially the natives. You can also cover with frost cloth, old sheets, or thick blankets. Stay away from plastic, it can burn your leaves. Potted plants and tropicals should be moved inside and placed near a window for light. If you move them into your garage for a couple days but fear they're going to need some light, invest in one of these UV lamps. They're not too expensive and you can get them on Amazon or at hardware stores. Cover your roses as a precaution. But if they are large and established like mine, for the most part, they should come back in the spring after they die back. These were able to survive the 2021 freeze. Don't worry about covering your sago palms. These will also come back like mine did after the 2021 freeze. Most importantly, give your plants a deep watering on Saturday before that freeze comes in. Here is the good news. Nature is resilient and you'll be surprised what actually survives and comes back in the spring. Happy gardening. I'm Sarah Costa, KSAT12 News.
I just kind of feel like our trees and bushes and flowers have gone through hell and back over the last couple of years. If you don't, I mean, honestly, 2 years of drought, and then we had that big, long freeze last year and the year before.
And then, these summers and then the drought.
I just feel that our plants are very stressed.
Very resilient.
They're stressed, but at this point, if they've made it through that, they'll
be okay, you think?
Maybe they'll be fine. Let's hope. Let's look at the forecast for today. Gusty winds next few hours, then those winds will start to come down. If you're heading out to dinner tonight, maybe you're going to the Spurs game, temperatures will be quite pleasant this evening. A little chilly, though, once the sun goes down. We'll fall down into the low 50s at 7 o'clock, 51 at 8 p.m., and then down into the 30s by midnight. With temperatures pretty chilly probably tomorrow morning, too. Low 30s. Maybe not quite a freeze, but close. As we look at the big picture here, this is the storm system that helped to create the wind this morning. Didn't bring us any rain, but it is bringing quite a bit of rain to places like Cincinnati, Atlanta, and then on the north side of it, a lot of snow. Chicago getting hit hard with snow today. Very heavy snow, in fact, Milwaukee and then parts of Detroit. Cleveland getting a little bit of snow. So this will be a travel issue, at least for today. And then as you look at all the watches and warnings across the country, there's a lot. So we know this is an active pattern. You got wind advisories basically for the whole eastern half of the country, including us. And then red flag warnings down here in South Texas where things have been so very dry. It just means there's a high fire danger. Then you go up north and you've got the winter warnings, blizzard warnings, winter storm warnings, not only for this system that we just showed you, but for that next system that's starting to take shape up across the Pacific Northwest, which is also the storm system that will impact us, helping to bring down some of that colder air. Still anticipating that cold air to arrive here Sunday morning. We'll talk more about our threat for some wintry weather coming up here in just a few minutes. Guys.
Thank you so much, Justin. Haven for Hope, making sure that anyone experiencing homelessness has a chance to stay warm during all this.
Well, this weekend they're hosting a Share the Warmth donation drive. The nonprofit is looking for coats, hats, scarves, blankets, and all other sorts of items.
We tend to have more men's needs, so men's coats, pants, sweatshirts, hoodies, but really all sizes and all genders we're looking for.
The Share the Warmth donation drive is happening tomorrow from 11 in the morning until 4 in the afternoon. There is a drive up, so all you need to do is to go to their location at 1 Haven for Hope Way, and you can learn more about this on KSAT.com.
Well, that winter storm, it just won't disrupt just daily life. It's also having an effect on the race for the White House. We'll explain coming up.
Cases of respiratory illness on the rise in this country, but one area is getting hit especially hard.
Welcome back. Well, it's being called a triple threat across the country. The vast majority of states are reporting high or very high levels of the flu, COVID, and RSV.
At least 38 states reporting high, very high levels of respiratory illness, with the South being the region where it's most severe. The virus spike is straining emergency rooms, with most patients heading to the ER with the flu or COVID. Flu hospitalizations are also up 35%, and the CDC believes flu infections will continue to grow. COVID hospitalizations have increased for 8 weeks straight, recently jumping 20%, but that's still much lower than this time last year. RSV cases are still on the rise in many parts of the country, but it's dropping in other areas, and we're expecting another update from the CDC later on today. But either way, health officials continue to stress the importance of getting your updated flu and COVID vaccines, as well as your RSV shots.
The Federal Aviation Administration will audit the Boeing 737 MAX 9 production line and its suppliers, focusing on quality control. The announcement comes a week after a dramatic door plug blowout during an Alaskan Airlines flight. Chances are you probably saw that. The FAA's administrator said the audit will assess safety risk around delegated authority and quality oversight. A total of 171 planes remain grounded in the U.S. as Alaska and United Airlines await updated emergency inspection guidance from the FAA.
Some Republicans ramping up the pressure on Speaker Mike Johnson, encouraging him to walk away from a top-line spending deal that was struck with Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer. The pressure threatens to derail bipartisan negotiations, with Congress just days away from a partial government shutdown deadline. GOP hardliners who want deep funding cuts expressed optimism after meeting with Johnson yesterday that the speaker could revise the agreement. But the Louisiana Republican said he has made no commitment to back off from the deal. If Johnson were to walk away from it, it could put Congress on a path to a shutdown.
How about inflation? That increased in December, and it's hitting renters much harder than homeowners. That's partly because the cost of renting has absolutely surged, while mortgages with a fixed rate have not changed. According to Realtor.com, rent is up 22% compared to pre-pandemic levels. Also, renters tend to make less money than homeowners. That means they generally put a larger share of their monthly pay to housing costs and have to pull back on their discretionary spending.
6 Jewish students are now suing Harvard University over alleged anti-Semitism. That's according to a report from the New York Times. The students claim the university has become a bastion of rampant anti-Jewish hatred and harassment, unquote. They add that Harvard professors have made anti-Semitism known in their courses and have intimidated students who object to it. The students in the suit demand the removal of some professors who participated in the instances they list and seek unspecified compensation. The university did not publicly comment on that lawsuit.
Yemen's Houthi rebels are promising fierce retaliation for American and British strikes against them. The bombardment was launched in response to a recent campaign of drone and missile attacks on commercial ships in the Red Sea. Pentagon officials say the U.S. and British forces hit more than 60 targets in Yemen using Tomahawk cruise missiles. The missiles hit coastal radar sites, drone and missile storage, and launching locations across that country. The Houthis say that the strikes killed at least 5 people and left 6 injured.
Barred from giving formal closing arguments, Donald Trump still spoke up in court at the end of his New York City civil fraud trial. He unleashed a barrage of attacks in his 6-minute speech before being cut off by the judge. Trump accused of inflating his company's financial statements in order to get better deals on loans and insurance. He called the proceedings, quote, a fraud on me, unquote. The judge indicated he'll rule by the end of the month.
All right, record-breaking cold and several inches of snow. Look at that. Just don't like to see that at all. That is threatening to complicate the Iowa caucuses. The candidates are publicly expressing optimism that their supporters will show up no matter how bad that weather can get. But the snow and the cold have already wreaked havoc on the candidates' schedules and stopped their plans to crisscross Iowa and make their final pitches to voters this weekend, as Nikki Haley, Ron DeSantis, Vivek Ramaswamy, and others try to convince Iowa voters.
And we want to wish someone who's a bit under the weather a happy birthday. David Cedars, he's not with us today.
Yeah.
He's had a real rough time with mountain cedar, which
Got to him.
you didn't even need to tell me it had gotten very high this morning.
We don't even really have to show it. I mean, people who have allergies know.
We know.
Right away. Yeah, and it's probably going to be elevated next couple days. 53 so far today. The low this morning also 53. Not sure if that's correct. That's not correct. 63 and 41 are the averages. Records are 81 and 10. I'll fix that. 2017 and 1962 are when those records were set. We're in for some really cold weather coming up. Maybe not record setting, but it will be cold. We'll take a look coming up.
So I was estimating that mountain cedar would be around 22,000.
Okay, yeah.
I had a bet on that.
A little over-under bet there?
A little over-under, and I just made the
I'm going to say
mark.
lower. Oh, was it at 22,000? I guess let's find out.
Let's go to the experts.
21,900.
Wow.
Really? You guys?
Congratulations.
I woke up this morning and just knew it.
You just knew.
My eyes were closed shut.
That is so many of
Play
us.
the lottery, Ursula.
So
I
many of
know.
us. What do you think it'll be tomorrow, Ursula? That's the big question.
Well, the winds are going to die down a little bit, so I think it'll go down a little bit.
Okay, let's hope. Let's hope. Yeah, that's not a fun number. We are in the throes of mountain cedar season, and yes, it was high this morning. Let's go outside for your blue skies. It looks pretty nice, but that is not taking into account those winds, which are still fairly gusty, better than they were, but still fairly gusty. 53 at the airport right now, 54 in Seguin. We've still got 40s on the map. Bernie, Kerrville, still a chilly day there with that wind that makes it feel a little bit colder. By 3 o'clock, 57, the wind will start to lessen just a little bit as we get into the 3 and 4 o'clock hour, and that's when we reach our peak temperature of 58. Tonight, once the sun goes down, temperatures will fall. If you have evening plans, jackets for sure. Now, this is not the bitter cold that is ahead of us, but it is going to be chilly. Here is the bitter cold that's ahead of us. 65 tomorrow. Saturday's a great day. Get out, do all those preps you got to do, wrap up plants, bring them in the garage, wrap up those outdoor spigots, the pipes, all the fun stuff we've been telling you about. Tomorrow's the day. Then the front comes through sunrise Sunday. When it comes through, temperatures will drop almost immediately. And so we may dip down into the upper 20s briefly Sunday morning before kind of leveling out during the afternoon. It will be dependent on any sun. I don't think we see much, 32. Then once we get into Sunday night, a little disturbance rolls through, could generate some precipitation. With temperatures the way they are, yes, it's going to be light, but I think there could be a light glaze on some things like metal, some of the overpasses. Now, the best odds of this are going to be north and northeast of us. But I think even here in San Antonio, there is some potential there. So we're going to keep a close eye on that, especially Monday morning with the MLK March going on. Temperatures in the low 30s there. Wind chills in the 20s. We start off at 25 and then down to 18 Tuesday morning. Wednesday morning will be equally as cold. So we have a bitter stretch ahead of us with regards to temperatures. Here is the scene across Texas. It has cleared out. There is the low that is moving away. This is the one that generated the wind. You get that tight pressure gradient, and those winds really kicked up. We saw some gusts close to 50 miles per hour here in San Antonio. That storm system is moving away, taking snow and rain with it, but we've got a new one starting to take shape out west. As I said earlier, this pink line represents the freezing line, 32 and below north of that line. So you'll see that it stays to our north tomorrow. It's a warm day, but that front's starting to move into North Texas, so it'll be below freezing in the Panhandle by tomorrow evening. Front moves south. That freezing line gets close to San Antonio by Sunday morning. And then here comes a weak system. There's not a lot to it, but in these situations, all it takes is a little bit to wring out just whatever little bit of moisture there is in the atmosphere. And it's a problem because that freezing line now south of San Antonio, this is 3 a.m. Monday morning, and we're starting to get some of that light precipitation. That's when it could become a bit of a problem. Again, accumulations will be fairly low, but it only takes a little bit to cause issues on the roadways around here. We know that, especially with some of those higher flyovers. So 7 a.m. Monday, we'll be here, and if things do indeed get a little bit icy in spots, we'll certainly let you know. And we'll be on the KSAT weather app as well. And by the way, meteorologist Sarah Spivey and meteorologist Mia Montgomery also plan to do quite a bit on the KSAT weather app this weekend. You can tune in there, and they'll certainly be giving you updates as we get these new model runs in and get even more clarity than we have now. But we know that Monday morning wind chill values will be in the single digits and teens. This is what it will feel like Monday morning, 12 here in San Antonio, potentially in the single digits, places like Bernie and Kerrville. Brutal. So here it is in the 7-day forecast once again. And we can't show this enough because it just kind of puts it all together for you. 65 Saturday, 32 Sunday. That's when that cold air arrives. We talked about Monday, Tuesday, 33 after a morning low of 18. Wednesday, it finally does warm up quite a bit. 46 comparatively speaking, but we're still starting off in the teens. And then Thursday, right now we have 50 with a morning low of 32, but it does look like we get another cold front on Friday, which will knock temperatures back down as we head into not this weekend, but the next. We'll continue to keep the 7-day forecast as updated as possible for you. And again, more updates to come over the weekend. We'll be right back.
Well, Monster Jam Ursula smashes into the Alamo Dome this weekend, and we now get to hear from Mike and Fiona from SA Live. They're getting an up-close look at all the action.
It's a star-studded encore episode today. Here's a preview.
Stars are shining on us. As a matter of fact, the stars are here. Amelia Rico, you probably recognize her from 1923, and Michael Rappaport, also Amelia, the pride of Brackenridge High School. Okay, welcome back to town, and welcome, sir.
Glad to be here.
Come to San Antonio. What do you like the most?
Food. Always. Food, people, the Spurs.
Okay.
Like it all.
Let's go back to the food. Barbecue?
Love.
Walk this way because
Yes.
Smoked Barbecue is here. Chris Griffin, all right. Look at this beautiful barbecue that he has sliced up for us. We're going to be making nacho sandwiches.
Wow.
We need reservations. We need tickets right now.
That meat smells ridiculously good.
Yes,
It smells
it is.
real good.
Oh, get ready for some high-flying action this weekend at the Alamo Dome.
Monster Jam this weekend. Gonna get behind the wheel and see what it's like to drive one of these babies. Or maybe kind of, sort of. More on SA Live in just a couple of minutes.